Welcome to Wisdom Wednesday. Humility is not the art of disappearing, and it is never God's will for a soul to shrink so small that even its own calling can no longer find it. We have confused meekness with invisibility, obedience with silence, and holiness with self-erasure. Somewhere along the way, the church learned to applaud the ones who dimmed themselves, the ones who hid behind fear and called it gentleness, the ones who buried their gifts in the ground and whispered, "I am being humble." But real humility has never required you to go missing. It has never asked you to hide your voice, or suffocate your gifting, or apologize for being lit by the one who formed you. Humility bows to God, not to fear. It yields, but it does not vanish. It listens deeply, but it does not silence itself. It lowers self-glory, but it raises obedience. It refuses to become the center, but it refuses to disappear from the story God is writing. So today, we unlearn the lies. Here is what humility is not. Shrinking yourself to make others comfortable is not humility. The world may praise your smallness, call it gentle, call it wise, but God never asked you to erase yourself to soothe someone else's insecurity. Humility does not require self-diminishing, only self-honesty. Humility does not require you to hide what heaven has revealed about you. Revelation was not given for storage, but for stewardship. Burying what God has shown you is not reverence. It is fear in religious clothing. Calling yourself less than is not humility. It is a quiet disagreement with the God who named you beloved. True humility bows to truth even when truth feels too big for you to carry. Folding your gifts behind your back is not holy. You are entrusted, not decorated. A hidden talent blesses no one, and heaven never applauds the burial of purpose. Humility is not silence born of fear. Peace creates calmness, but fear creates muteness, and the two are not the same. A heart God has filled with truth is meant to speak it. Humility is not denying the strength God formed in you. Strength does not compete with humility. It completes it, empowers it, anchors it. Weakness is not worship. Saying anyone can do it when God asked you to do it is not humility. It is avoidance dressed in polite language. Assignment is personal, and heaven expects obedience, not deflection. Humility never requires you to apologize for being chosen. Calling by its nature sets you apart. Your yes is not arrogance. It is alignment. Pretending you don't know what you know is not humility. Dimming revelation does not protect anyone. It only delays the fruit God intended to bring through you. Humility is not stepping back when God told you to step forward. Retreat may feel safe, even noble, but obedience is courage wrapped in surrender, and humility always walks where God leads. Downplaying your testimony is not humility. Your story is evidence of God's goodness, not your greatness. Hiding the miracle hides the miracle worker. Humility is not accepting mistreatment to appear patient. Endurance is not the same as passivity. Jesus washed feet willingly. He did not permit others to trample him. Staying small so others feel less threatened is not humility. It is emotional negotiation disguised as kindness. Light does not apologize for shining. Humility is not pretending you have no desires. God created longing, not to shame you, but to draw you into purpose. Desire is not rebellion, it is invitation. Refusing to lead when God has given you clarity is not humility. Leadership is not self-exaltation, it is stewardship of insight. Fear cannot excuse what obedience requires. Humility does not cancel assignments. It finishes what God started with a quiet heart and steady hands. Obedience is humility in motion. Lowering your value in your own mind is not humility. It is an assault on your identity, not before shame. Humility is not false softness. True humility can be bold, direct, and unbending when righteousness requires. Humility bows before God. Softness without truth is weakness, not Christ-likeness. Humility is not making yourself invisible. God plants people, not shadows. You are meant to be seen by the ones who need what He placed in you. Humility is not choosing emptiness over fullness. An empty vessel cannot pour. Letting God fill you is not pride, it is preparation. Humility is not hiding your progress so no one feels left behind. Growth is not a betrayal of your past. It is evidence that God's hand is still shaping you. Do not dim your becoming. Humility does not force you to pretend you are the same person you once were. Transformation is not pride, it is grace manifest. Let the new you breathe. Humility is not refusing opportunities God has prepared for you. Doors open by design, not accident. Stepping through them honors God, not yourself. Humility is not labeling your confidence as arrogance. Confidence rooted in God is not ego. It is trust wearing shoes. Boldness can be holy. Humility is not choosing silence when truth is required. Truth without arrogance is possible. Silence without fear is possible. Wisdom knows when to speak. Humility is not remaining in broken systems so you don't seem proud for leaving. Exodus is sometimes obedience. Staying can be disobedience when God says move. Humility is not pretending the anointing on your life is light. Oil has weight, and heaven expects you to carry it, not hide it. Humility does not require you to let others define your boundaries. A boundary is not an attitude, it is clarity in action. Humility knows where it ends and God begins. Humility is not denying your impact. When your presence shifts atmospheres, or your words open hearts, recognizing it is not pride, it is awareness. Humility is not trusting your fear more than your assignment. Fear is loud, but calling is steady. Humility listens for the steady voice. Humility is not refusing to ask for help. Independence can be pride disguised as strength. Humility knows when to lean and on whom. Humility does not force you to erase your personality. God knew the sound of your laugh, the rhythm of your thoughts, the tone of your presence. None of it was an accident. Humility is not calling yourself nothing. God did not redeem nothing. He redeemed someone you. Humility is not the disappearance of self. It is the disappearance of self-importance. A humble heart does not shrink from its assignment. It simply refuses to carry it with pride. If these reflections stirred something in you, let them breathe. Let them settle in the places where false humility once took root. There is a deeper freedom ahead for the one who stops hiding and starts obeying. I'm your host, Abigail, and I'm grateful you've shared this space with me today. And if this touched a tender place in you, stay close. We're only beginning to open this conversation.